Night, what happens when you depend on others to chase your dreams, and they never show up? A farmer, a sparrow, and an unforgettable lesson. Why self-reliance may be your only real power. Discover how a simple nest and a field of crops became a powerful parable about action, procrastination, and personal responsibility. Once upon a time, nestled in the countryside, there lived a hard-working farmer who had just finished planting his crops for the season. The soil was fertile, the weather was kind, and it seemed the harvest would be plentiful. Unbeknownst to the farmer, a sparrow had chosen to build her nest in the middle of his fields, right between the rows of swaying green crops. Not long after the nest was made, the sparrow laid eggs. Soon, little chicks hatched and chirped joyfully under their mother's wings. Each day, the mother sparrow would leave the nest early, flying into the nearby forest to gather food for her young ones. Life was peaceful, and the chicks were growing stronger each day. One afternoon, when the sparrow returned from her daily search for food, she found her chicks huddled together, trembling with fear. "What's wrong, my little ones? Why do you look so frightened?" she asked. The chicks replied, "Mother, the farmer came to the fields today. We heard him say he will send his sons tomorrow to harvest the crops. What will happen to us? We can't even fly yet. Where will we go when they cut the crops?" The mother sparrow gently nuzzled them and said, "Do not worry, my dear children. Nobody will come tomorrow. Rest peacefully." As predicted, the next day passed quietly. No one came to harvest the field. The sparrow's children chirped with relief, enjoying the safety of their nest. Days went by. One morning, the sparrow again returned from the forest to find her chicks scared once more. "What happened this time?" she asked with concern. "Mother," they said, "the farmer came again. This time he said he will send some laborers to cut the crops tomorrow." With a calm tone, the mother replied, "Still, there's no need to fear. No one will come tomorrow either. Trust me." Once again, her words proved true. Another day passed, and the field remained untouched. The sparrow's family continued to live safely in their little home. Many days later, the mother returned from the forest, and this time, her children appeared relaxed. "Mother," they chirped playfully, "the farmer was here again. He was talking about harvesting the crops, but we're not scared anymore. We know no one will come." "What exactly did the farmer say today?" the mother asked. "He said he has wasted enough time relying on others, and tomorrow he will come himself to cut the crops." The mother sparrow's face changed, her feathers ruffled with urgency. "Children," she said firmly, "we must leave this place tonight. We need to build a new nest far from here." "But why, Mother?" the chicks asked. "The farmer has said things like this many times, and yet no one ever comes." The mother sparrow nodded slowly and said, "Yes, my children. But don't you see the difference? The first time, he depended on his sons. The second time, on hired laborers. Both times he was waiting on others. But this time, he said he will do it himself. That means he will truly come." Her words were firm and final. That very night, the mother sparrow and her now-grown chicks took flight. With stronger wings and new confidence, they flew away and found a safer place to make their new home. The next morning, as the sun rose and warmed the fields, the farmer came with his sickle in hand. He looked around and began to harvest the crops himself, but by then, the nest was empty, and the birds had flown. This simple story holds a profound truth. In our own lives, we often wait for others to help us, friends, family, professionals, to take action on our behalf. We delay our goals, postpone our dreams, and put our responsibilities in the hands of someone else. But the truth is, when we rely solely on others, nothing truly gets done. Depending on others to do our work is not just risky, it's a form of hidden laziness. It's a way to avoid the discomfort of effort and responsibility. This story doesn't say we must never ask for help. Assistance, when timely and necessary, can be a blessing. But no dream, no goal, no meaningful progress happens until you take the first step. When the farmer finally resolved to do the work himself, that was the moment real change happened. And that's the key takeaway. Your life will only move forward when you do. Others may support you, but the spark must come from within. So if you have a dream, a project, or a goal, stop waiting. Start doing, because those who help themselves are the ones the universe helps the most. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to GoldenBellDharma for more stories of deep wisdom and timeless truths.